Hey guys, Cinq-Mars here, and today I'm here to talk to you about a conversation that I had with a very good friend of mine, and it was regarding video. And as you may or may not know, I'm a very big proponent of using video in your marketing techniques. In fact, I think it's probably the most valuable asset you could possibly have in your marketing arsenal. For more information on my, very obvious strong views about video marketing, check out the links below in the description, because there's some very valuable information there. Now, now back to the task at hand. The conversation was revolving around the idea of making videos, and this person that I spoke with, they're very astute at what they do. Their skills have increased exponentially over the last number of years. Actually, over the last year, in the specific time that I've spent training with them, and one of the things, and one of the sort of the nuts that I haven't been able to crack, is getting them to embrace video, putting themselves on video, just like I am right now. And I don't fully understand it. And then the conversation evolved very quickly, and it almost caught me off guard. I was actually forced to pause the conversation and let them know that I had to make some notes, because in my mind this was the cornerstone, if you will, of how somebody could either get over their fears, perhaps, or at the very least find some a starting point, or a launching point, or a baby step, if you will, to try and get it going. The question that I was asking was, what's the difference between face-to-face communication, say not unlike retail, in a retail environment or a coffee shop or something of that nature, and creating a video? This person had expressed the ease in which they used to communicate when they worked in retail, and they found that this online concept of creating your list and building relationships and that kind of thing, it took longer on the internet than it would face to face. And that's where I got I had a very polar opposite opinion to that. I firmly believe that you can actually accelerate the process using the internet, but you got to use video. And that's where the conversation went left really quickly, and it dawned on me that being someone who worked in retail for a number of years, over 10 years, coming right out of high school, and while I was in high school, those were the jobs that I had. And one of the things that I was very, very good at was building that relationship, almost in an immediate sense. That face-to-face contact where I'd communicate with a customer, and immediately we would become friends, if you will, friends. And they grew to rely on my weekly, people usually shop once a week or once every couple of weeks. They began to rely on that connection that I provided every time they would come into the store. Now, what this person was referring to is how they felt that, yes, they had the same skill, but online it takes so much longer to build that relationship, that know, like, and trust that we've talked about. You've heard us talk about it before. It was interesting. I had a conversation today that also segued into the idea of the know, like, and trust, and it just keeps hammering home the same thing, that you have to develop relationships. Your entire success online, it hinges on your ability to develop a relationship. The sooner and the more effective you are at developing that relationship, the faster you can create an unlimited potential for your income. Now, I go back to the question, what is the difference between face-to-face communication and making a video? Well, I asked this person that I was talking to, when you were working in retail, if someone was to come up to you in the retail environment, a perfect stranger, walk up to you and say, "Can you help me?" What was your reaction? Was it A, turn your back and talk to them so they can't see you? B, cover your face so that no one can see your face while you talk to them? Or C, help them? Face to face, eye contact, listen to what they have to say, answer their questions, give them solutions, and show them physically if you could. Does that all sound very familiar? Of course it does, because that's exactly what a video is. I'm communicating with you right now. I don't need you to be sitting here in my office for me to be able to communicate with you. I simply have to push record on the software, and I am now communicating to whomever needs my help, right? And that is what the other videos that I have in many of the different teaching and trainings that I do. Again, you can take a look in the description below, and you'll find links to more free information, not unlike this information that you're getting right now, with the blog and with my Facebook pages, and with 7-day boot camps, and a number of different opportunities for you to utilize some of the information that I'm giving away for free to help you try and get you on track and get yourself moving forward. But back to the video. Very, very key here, guys, is that the video that you create is you can liken it to creating a complete duplicate of yourself to place all over the internet for people to come to you and say, hey, can you help me with XYZ? Because you create a video for XYZ, ABC, 1, 2, 3, you create videos for all of that stuff. And then people just come to you. Now, if a group of customers gathered in one end of the store realized they all had the same question, and 10, 15 of them came to you at one time in a retail environment and said, hey, can you help us? Guess what you'll do? Help them. What your video does is it creates that opportunity. So instead of looking at the video as, well, I'm just in my office, and or I'm just sitting here staring at the wall and there's nobody to talk to, and all these other excuses to mask the fear of literally turning this on. If in fact you had a specific routine in which you took before you left the house in order to go to this job where you're in retail, where you were happy to help anybody who came your way, do that same routine. Take a shower, get your hair done, do whatever you got to do, put on fancy clothes, I don't know, whatever it is you got to do. If you got to wear an apron and a white shirt that you used to wear when you were at this retail environment, do that. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. It doesn't much matter, because the important component to this video is you. Now, I feel really tempted to launch into another wonderful segue here about it being you're the key component to every sale you ever make moving forward, that you've ever made before and that you will ever make again. But I think I'm going to save that for another video. I think I'm going to create another one that talks directly to that concept. And it doesn't much matter what business you're in. I don't care if you're working in a retail brick and mortar. I don't care if you're building an online business. I don't care if you're in an MLM. I don't care if you're in, or any of the hundreds of MLMs that are out there. Take your pick. It doesn't much matter what you're selling. I can show you how to make that a walk in the park for you. I'm going to save that for another video. You're going to have to subscribe to some of my either my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, or follow my blog, whichever it is that you choose. All of these options are free, of course, and then you'll get an opportunity to find out what I'm talking about. But the key takeaway from this video, guys, and the key takeaway that you really, really need to focus on is that think about creating a video with respect to, in any environment you ever have worked or currently do work in, the likelihood is that you involve strangers in some fashion. And if you are not hiding your face, masking your voice, turning around so that they can't see you, or talking from behind a wall, then you're already doing videos. You're already doing videos. I'll say it again, you're already doing videos. You're just doing them one-on-one. So I challenge you to think of it from that perspective, and understand that when you're sitting in your office or in your living room or where it is you're going to make a video, out in the park, it doesn't really matter where you make them, that when you're looking at the camera and you're speaking to that camera, you need to equate it to speaking to somebody's face. Anyone, just pick one person. draw off a customer that you had once upon a time. It doesn't really matter what you draw your inspiration from to put behind. Heck, if you want, behind the camera on the wall, put a picture of someone's face. It doesn't matter. Talk to them if you're so uncomfortable. And if you're crazy uncomfortable, and yes, I call it crazy uncomfortable because I don't understand how this would work, but mount the camera behind a picture, just as long as you don't see it when you're looking at the camera frame, so that you actually can't even see the camera. Whatever, it doesn't matter, or if it works better for you to talk to somebody, a friend, whatever, incorporate them, ask them to come into the room, hold the camera, just so that you get that comfort level. I strongly urge you to just dive right in and understand that the video is just a one-on-one communication with whomever's watching, and it's more important for you to create massive amounts of videos so that people can find you. It's like if somebody was wandering around a retail store and couldn't find someone who worked there and they have a question. What do? They just keep moving around until they find somebody. If you think about sales, car sales, when you first walk into the dealership, there's 15 salespeople, all want your business. The very first person that you talk to is likely going to be the person who gets your sale. But they're all there. So if there's a salesperson who tends to hide and not put themselves out there, guess what? The customer will find a salesperson who puts themselves out there. The video is you putting yourself out there. It's a critical component to accelerating the know, like, and trust factor. This is Jamie Cinq-Mars, and I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Take a look for the complete blog that follows up this video and supports the theory that I'm working with here, guys. Check out the links below. I look forward to working with you. I look forward to talking to you. I look forward to seeing you. Take care. Bye now.